Hey Dan, just what was the team's reaction when you saw you had to wait for a while, obviously, and how's it? And congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Gavin. Yeah, team was excited. Obviously, that was one of our goals. I mean, going into the season, compete at the top of the Big East Conference, and then then obviously get to the NCAA tournament. We've been able to do both things this year, so it was a great celebration, and then obviously it being Maryland and just another great brand, and a kind of a regional team was exciting too. I'm sure for the guys, it's a fun matchup.
Pat, Eaton Rob.
Coach, can you explain in your own words what this means to the UConn community to be back after 5 years in the NCAA tournament, and personally just being able to stay on your schedule to get here in your third season?
Yeah, I mean, just for me personally, it's gratifying. I love these rebuilds. And I love these type of jobs and coaching. Rebuilding the program, and it's very gratifying thinking about where we were a couple of years ago. And then as far as UConn is college basketball is even more exciting when UConn is relevant and really good. And playing in March. It's a university and a state that just loves its basketball team, that's the UConn team. So the men's and women's. So it's a beautiful moment to be back in it after 5 years or whatever.
Charlotte.
Hey Dan, you had talked about how Friday's loss could be a good learning opportunity. How are you seeing that? Just the team kind of take that in ahead of this week.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. That was a tough loss. We obviously, you watch the film and that was probably just hanging over the group, up until right before the selection show. That was a tough way to lose the other day. We watched it, and we'll make adjustments. And I think the group is very confident, though. To try to close out a game against a team of that caliber, without your point guard and with James, who is obviously, not himself with the full body cramps just the night before. So, we're confident that we can play well.
Dave?
What do you know about Maryland, Dan? Just from what you've seen, maybe throughout the season, what do they bring to the table?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mark's an excellent coach, and number of players, veteran players that have played really, really well, on last year's team, which was one of the best teams in the country, and really, really athletic wings, and love Ayala as a player. So I've got a chance to watch him just because I'm looking for a good game, so I haven't studied him, but it's going to be a really, really tough first game.
Tom?
Yeah, and first of all, how is RJ? Is there an update on his condition?
Yeah, he's he had a mild concussion, and he's in the he's in the protocol, and obviously the game on Saturday improves his chances.
I just want to ask also, I know you commented at the time about that you liked the job John Gallagher was doing at Hartford. I imagine you're not surprised to see them in the position that they're in.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they had a lot of good players, and and obviously really an older point guard who Tracy Carter, who was a real tough kid, and John's got unbelievable passion and enthusiasm and energy, and he's really built a fine program there.
Neil?
Yeah, and you talked about this a little bit over the weekend with James, and how much he's meant to the program just by coming there, and kind of the elite type player back at UConn. But how much do you think he wants to show what he can do in this tournament, in this event, and does that kind of further enhance his legacy?
Yeah, I mean, my message to James, I think that you all get caught up in it when you play at a place like this. It's like, you don't have to put on, your cape for us. Like, great players in UConn's history that have, had these great performances in a big spot. They don't force it. It happens organically. I think James has got to just kind of let the game probably come to him a little bit more, and not put that type of pressure on himself. When he dropped 40 on Creighton, he didn't go into that game, I'm going to get 40. It's just, that's the way the game broke for him in terms of opportunities. So, James has done so much for UConn to, again, pre-Bouknight, hooping at the level that he's hooped at. You were, this place was in shambles when he got here, and now we're getting a chance to enjoy the selection show. So couldn't be prouder of James. James is going to make some adjustments off the semifinal game the other night.
Mike Crispino?
Dan, what do you think the team learned about playing in a sudden death game like you played in the other night? And what do you think they can use going into another one of those, obviously against Maryland?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to play your role. I mean, and we got to stick to our identity as a team, which is, we rebound the heck out of the ball. We guard people. It all starts there for us. And then obviously we've got a number of places we can go with the ball offensively. James at the lead of that. So, what happened to us on the backboard is a huge reason why we lost the other day. It's really the singular reason that we lost was our inability to defensive rebound, which, when you have guys like Isaiah Whaley and Tyrese Martin, you shouldn't lose that way. So, we'll get back to our identity, and I think the experience of a game of that tension will serve us well on Saturday, because that game felt different for our team.
Dan Barletta?
Yeah, Dan, I'm just curious. What is this next week going to be like for your team? Because obviously you have to arrive in Indiana a few days early, and I don't think you guys play till Saturday. So what's kind of the week going to be like in preparation for the game?
It's going to feel a lot like the Mohegan bubble. It's a pretty tight ship there. You won't be able to practice for a couple of days when you're in quarantine, and then you eventually just get to your regular game prep, with the exception of, you only have limited time together. So, but regular, besides being in a bubble, it's pretty normal. We're pretty used to it.
Gavin?
Dan, what's kind of the journey been like for you from the day you were hired to get to this point where you're going to the NCAA tournament? So much has gone on.
Yeah, I could write a book, man. What's that? Yeah, I couldn't even, man. Just, you never, it's like you pop the hood sometimes. It's worse what the car looks like. It's all those practices, just every day when you're fighting over behavior and habits and mindset, mentality, professionalism from when you walk in to this point, and the battle continues every day because you're trying to create a winning culture and a mindset, and it certainly wasn't that type of mindset a couple of years ago, but just gratifying. I love this type of work. I love taking over a program that was just struggling, and I love that process of a journey up the mountain.
Dave?
just with James with the cramping, is there, because it did happen, I think, a few weeks ago, maybe not as serious, but is there anything that he can do differently or you guys can do differently just to sort of try to, maybe try to avoid that going forward?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to have, just the personal discipline to hydrate during the game. And yeah, I mean, the staff is all over it. We can't lose a game at this time of year, not advance, because, James didn't take in enough fluids or have enough potassium or whatever. I mean, that can't happen. So he's got to be more diligent. It's all part of his growth as a player.
Charlotte?
Dan, just wanted to ask about kind of the selection show itself and the celebration, what you guys were able to do since you're in New York as opposed to being back in stores or wherever.
Yeah, we did. We did a socially distanced, viewing party, and until we all got a chance to enjoy a hug, to thank you with each other. So it felt normal for me in terms of just the thrill of the moment. Obviously, we had to wait quite a bit, but which even made it even sweeter.
Wayne?
Dan, I thought in the second half, James looked a lot more like his old self, penetration, drawing fouls, and did he cramp up at all in that game on Friday?
Against DePaul?
No, the Georgetown game.
Oh, you mean the Creighton? The Creighton game, you mean?
The last game. I thought he looked good in the second half, and I wonder if he cramped up at all in that Georgetown game.
No, he did not. And I think I made light of it on Friday night on TV, but it's a hell of a thing. I was talking to Kevin Freeman, who played himself to near death in the NCAA tournament game and had to take two IV bags. He was sharing a story with the team, and he said he played 3 days later and didn't feel like himself. So James was in a tough spot the other night, semifinal, just a super intense game. He obviously physically he didn't have all of his powers, so he's got this week.
Kevin?
Dan Adama made the All Big East tournament team, which when things move quickly, they kind of gets lost sometimes. What about his development from the beginning of the season until now?
I mean, just he's made of all things that when an individual has all these great characteristics, it improves the organization so much. So obviously you see the tangible things, the rebounding and the scoring in the paint and his physicality, and it killed us the other night not to have him in there. He's got to do a better job of not fouling. He has to know by now. When he was in the game, Bishop didn't hurt us, and Adama was a lot for them to deal with. But then when he left the game, Bishop was very effective, and we're a better team when he's in there, obviously. So we need to stay out of foul trouble this week, but a special guy.
Any more questions for Coach? That's it. Okay, guys, hang on a second. Thanks a lot, Coach.
See ya.
Tyler, congratulations. What was it like just being able to hear UConn called on Selection Sunday?
It was a crazy feeling. I mean, that's a feeling I've been waiting to feel since I got here, since freshman year. So it was just a whole bunch of different emotions, and just blessed to be able to play in the tournament.
Tom?
Tyler, can you just describe what the room was like when when you saw your UConn called?
We were lit, jumping around, congratulating each other, just celebrating, because it's been a long time since we've been in the tournament, so everybody knows how much it means for UConn to be back in the tournament, playing in March. So I mean, it was just a feeling of a celebration, happiness, a lot of joy. So.
Pat?
Yeah, you say everybody knows, but not everybody has been through what you and the other seniors have been through in your career at UConn. So can you reflect a little bit about what it means to be able to get here, given the journey you've been on?
Means the world to me and Josh and Isaiah. You know, we've been through a lot, been through so much since we've been here, man. So, I mean, to hear UConn being called Selection Sunday for us, it's an incredible feeling. Can't really describe it, but it's just crazy, man. Still got a lot to go, but just a journey to get to this point. But it's crazy.
Roger?
Can you first of all just tell us, were you in a banquet room at the hotel or something like that? And why the big celebration? I mean, you guys knew you were getting in, right? Is it just the realization, or were you really happy about the bracket?
Oh, we were like a little restaurant situation at the hotel. But yeah, we knew we were getting in, but it's just the fact that, you know, haven't been in like in 6 years. It's been so long since UConn's been playing in March Madness. So we just felt like, you know, it was a cause of celebration. Celebrate the hard work, the long hours of working, the grind, just to get at this point. So,
Mike Crispino. You're muted, Mike.
Sorry. Tyler, playing in a game like you played the other night, and you're going to face another one against Maryland, knowing it could be your last game in this next tournament. How does that impact your preparation, your mental approach, things like that?
I'm just going to come in, same approach, same mindset, you know, try to play the best I can, try to help us win. At this point, everybody knows in the back of your head, like for the seniors, like this is possibly the last game you can play wearing a UConn uniform, but you know, you can't think like that. You just got to stay in the moment, stay in the present, and just go and try to play the best game I can play to help us win in advance.
Yeah, Tyler, I was wondering if you or some of the older players particularly kind of took note of Wichita State getting in and knowing that Alterique is going to be in the tournament after everything he's been through, and how you guys maybe felt about that.
No, when we saw Wichita State, we celebrated. No, we were happy for Al, man. He's been through a lot. He's been through even way more than me, Josh, and Zay have been through. He's been through a whole lot. So just to see him succeed this season with Wichita State, you know, it brings everybody here joy. We're winning for Al, we're winning for Wichita State, and hopefully he just can advance and win games from the tournament. He deserves it.
Gavin?
Tyler, how do you think your experience as a team in the Big East tournament will help you going forward for the NCAA tournament?
I think our experience in the Big East tournament, it'll help us a lot. Just trying to do what we do best. You know, coach says do what we do. You know, rebound, defend, and we kind of didn't do that to our best against Creighton, and we came up short. So once we do that, like the games will handle itself, and we will come out with a victory, or just it'll come down to the wire. But we just gotta play UConn basketball and see what happens.
One more, Dave.
Yeah, Tyler, I just wanted to know if you had any familiarity with Maryland, or if you happen to maybe know any of the players on the roster.
No, I don't know any. They were recruiting me back in high school a little bit, not a lot, but I don't know anybody in Maryland.
Okay, I see no more questions. Okay, thanks, Ty.
Book coach was saying that he's trying to emphasize to you that you don't need to put a cape on during this tournament and let the game come to you. But what are your expectations of yourself in this tournament? How do you showcase to everybody what you can do, and how do you get there?
Well, the game definitely it just comes to me naturally. He told me all the time, like great players just find their offense within the flow of the game, and we don't need anyone to save this team. Like, we're a great team. We have a lot of pieces that could go out there and play, and I just want to do whatever it takes to win. Whether that's going out and scoring 30, or that's getting 10 assists, grabbing 10 rebounds, whatever I need to do to help this team win, that's what I'm gonna do.
Charlotte?
James, what was it like hearing UConn's name called, and what was the celebration with your teammates like?
Oh man, I can't even explain the feeling. It's like over the past 3 days, my emotions just been up and down, and to like this is what you work for the whole year, to be able to play under these bright lights. Like all the tough practices, coach screaming at us, all the brutal days. It's like this is what you work for. This is what you want to be a part of. This is like a special moment. This is something you never forget.
Danny, Barletta?
Yeah, James, when you came to UConn, I assume this was a pretty big goal for you. Just what does it mean to you to finally, be able to get to play in the NCAA tournament?
I don't think this was a big goal. I think this was the main goal. This is something you dream about, man. Like I said before, I can't even explain this feeling. It's like we going dancing, man. Like that's just crazy. I don't even know. Like in my head, it's just like so much going on in my mind. It's like I can't even tell you right now, man. I'm just so happy. I'm happy for the seniors. I'm happy for the freshmen. I'm happy for coach, man. I'm happy for the fans. I'm just happy. Like right now, I'm just a happy person.
Roger?
How are you feeling now, James? I mean, you didn't look yourself the other night. I'm assuming that was probably kind of some lag from the dehydration and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I probably played my worst game in a UConn uniform when the lights came on. It was it definitely was tough. I probably was harder on myself than anybody else was. It took me a couple of days to calm down and gather myself. And I know I let a lot of people down that night, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to go out there and perform it and just play like everyone knows I can play.
Dom?
Yeah, Book, Coach mentioned that the program, in his words, was in a shambles when you got here. And I'm just wondering, when you made that decision to come to UConn, what gave you the faith and the confidence that you and Coach Hurley could get the program from there to here?
Well, when recruited me, Coach Hurley told me what it would be when I got here. He told me it wouldn't be easy. He told me it would be hard, but we could make it happen. And I trusted him, and I trusted in the staff, and I'm so excited. Like I can't even explain to you this feeling, man. Like this is something you really dream of. Like UConn is built for March. This is where we belong, and this is us. Like this is our identity. Like this is when we thrive. This is our time of the year, and we just want to go out there and put on a show and make fans proud.
Mike Crispino?
James, Creighton ran two guys at you quite a bit in the game the other night. Do you expect that's going to happen again against Maryland? And if it does happen, what's your plan? How do you plan to deal with that?
I think I'll be ready for it. We watched the film, and I saw the things that I did wrong in the game. I saw that down the stretch I played a little selfish. I played a lot of selfish, and that's not me. I just know I need to make the right plays and just let the game come to me. Don't force anything, and I'm gonna be ready for the game, man. Just expect a great performance, a bounce back performance.
Gavin?
James, you have to wait all the way to Saturday to play. Not that you have a choice, but what is it going to be like having to wait that long?
I'm anxious. I want to play now, but like watching. I was watching the Illinois game a couple minutes ago, and I'm just like, man, I want to be out there. It definitely hurt not to be playing in the Big East championship, but man, this is what it is. This is March. This is March Madness. This is different. But it's a whole different ball game.
Wayne?
James, can you talk about the impact of losing RJ in the final 6 minutes of that game against Georgetown? Obviously a physical impact, but was there an emotional impact too on the team, realizing that he was pretty badly hurt?
Oh, for sure. RJ is like the head of the horse, man. He's everything to us. He brings so much emotion to this game, and his care for the game, his passion, his energy. Everything about RJ is just he's our team, man, and like losing him down the stretch that hurt. We wanted to get the game for him, and you saw after the game, you saw him crying on TV, and that just shows how much he cares. But we all rallied behind him, and we rallied behind him, and I have a family that rallied behind me. I have coaches that rallied behind me, and just understanding that wasn't my first bad game. That wasn't our first bad game, and it probably won't be our last. And we just got to understand that that's a part of the game. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna play your best game every night. We just got to learn how to move on. It's always gonna be tough, but just finding in yourself to be able to move on and move on to the next one.
Last one, Charlotte.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a follow-up to that. You had mentioned your emotions have been really up and down over the past few days. How have you handled that, or I guess kind of what's been going through your head a little bit more?
After we lost the game, I was like, I was like down on myself. Like I didn't want to talk to anyone. I turned my phone off. I just stayed in my room in the dark, just looking at the ceiling, just thinking. And it was like, that's not me. Like if you know, like talk to anyone on the team, I'm always giggly. I'm always laughing. I'm trying to have fun, and just like the circle I have around me, like my family, my friends, my coaches, everyone in this program, from the managers to the video coordinator, they just rallied behind me, and they told me it's gonna be all right. They told me it was gonna be all right, and that like I said before, that wasn't my first bad game, and it probably won't be my last. But they just helped me get through it over these past 2 days, and today definitely helped to make me happy. Like, I'm happy now, so I'm back to making jokes.
Okay, guys, I guess